wanna feel your touch like ice, tracing all my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. Frozen in a dream, I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us whole, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. You talk loud, but you don't say much. You call shots, then you flinch at the touch. I went quiet, you thought that you'd won. Funny thing, game's already done. You, they don't shut me up. Silence still cuts deep enough. You can turn me down, but I still get louder. You, they don't shut me up. Every scar is proof I stuck. You can take your bow. I'm the hidden winner. In it for the background. In it for the background. You need crowds just to feel that high. I need breath just to choose my side. I lost you, but I found my skin. Say I'm gone, watch me still get in. You, they don't shut me up. Silence still cuts deep enough. You can turn me down, but I still get louder. You, they don't shut me up. Every scar is proof I stuck. You can take your bow. I'm the hidden winner. In it, in the background. until the final winner. Winner, winner, back. Got wandering eyes that I seem to follow. Can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned with the city's pulse, so that makes it easier to leave behind. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering that could be the one you're missing. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering I could be the one you're missing. Wondering why I don't know the feeling of walking through these streets like they're mine. Trying to find a way to new beginnings, somewhere in a different life. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering that could be the one you're missing. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering I could be the one you're missing. Come over here. I see it in your eyes, I feel it in the air. I know you're going through it, you know I've been there. But life is like a highway, it ain't always fair. It's how you persevere, chasing the wind. Gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind. Gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Look at you now. You finally did it, finally made your mama proud. Yeah, they doubted, but the fire never drowned. Your haters in the crowd, all eyes on you now. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't
They talk, saying you should be the one to stop. They say you're wrong. Don't you let them get into your thoughts. They're gonna tell you anything, but that's not the way you should think. You're a star, gonna win it all. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend.
Sometimes I don't know what to do. Am I doing it right? 마냥 나이만 먹어가는 걸까? 다 잘하는 사람이 되고 싶어. 똑같이 하는 건 재미가 없잖아. 아무것도 아닌 나에겐 누가 말해줬지? 진짜 원하면 언젠간 되지. 말만 잘하는 사람이 되기 싫어. 진짜 잘해. 이젠 나도 할래. I'm gonna be a legend. We're gonna be a legend. 우리가 해냈다고 다 고개를 끄덕일 수 있게. Gonna be a legend.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to TCU Esports. I have usurped the caster role. I am the only one on the desk today. No, just kidding. We will shortly be joined by my partner in King of Hills. His voice, if you want to hear a disembodied voice, is here.
Hello! I am the ghost of the caster that used to be here named King of Hills. Don't worry, I will be back. Eventually you will see my face, but it's alright. I mean, here's the thing. We got Llama here. We can deal with this pretty face for a little bit. Llama, take it away.
Thank you. That was very lovely. Yeah, we got some good matches tonight of Rocket League either way as we work out the camera issue. Either way, we've got a best of 5. It's going to be a good one for the mighty Mikinocks and the crew. They'll face off against the Buffalo Chasers, two teams that are trying to find some wins before we hit playoff season. So there he is. Oh my gosh, it's like magic. He's back.
It's alright. I'm just drinking water. That's all it was. That's all it was. I'm back though. But yes, you mentioned it. The mighty Mikinocks and the excuse me, I totally blanked out on the college already. Fort Peck versus, what is happening? It is mighty Mikinocks versus Buffalo Chasers. That is the schools. Those are the two teams we're going up here today. So two teams here. Again, mighty Mikinocks 2-2, while Buffalo Chasers, they're still looking for that first win here. Now, we've went through 4 games already for them, and they still have yet to try to find that win, but don't worry, this may be it here for Fort Peck Community College as they find their way back in, try to get that 1 W in before wrapping up the season, end it on a high note as best they can, but going up against Turtle Mountain College, a 2-2 team that can really make you miss and make you not score while they do the other thing and just drop a bunch of shots on you like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, I think one of the special things has actually been their offense all through and throughout the season. So going to be fun to watch this best of 5. As you mentioned, we're really close to playoff season. So for these teams, all about improving towards that time. And for the first edition of EGF's partnership with the TCU Esports Conference, this is just the start of what we could see grow into the future for not only these teams, but also the conference as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to learn a lot about both of these two teams here, both mighty Mikinocks and the Buffalo Chasers. Either way, even though it's we're now late here in the season, and both teams have, we have 1-2-2 and 1-0-4. But again, this is going to be one of those games where we'll start to feel out which team if one team can ride the momentum that they still have and add to their stack of victories, or if we can see another sneaky good team, out of the nowhere. This could be a trap game. We always talk about trap games here when you have a team that hasn't won a game yet. That doesn't mean you want to drop your guard down yet. That could be just the way that, you lose all your momentum and all of a sudden you give the other team their first win. So this is going to be quite an interesting matchup either way, and I'm stoked to see what both teams bring to the table here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty cool to see these teams kind of playing through and throughout all of these different kind of esports we have as well, getting to see their different teams and different looks. I know Call of Duty has been super fun on Fridays. That will actually be a little bit postponed because for tomorrow we've actually got some Sun Conference in the playoff version. So you and me will be there tomorrow going with it and with those looks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is where it all comes to be here when it comes to playoff time. And I mean, I'm really excited for it. But it looks like right now we're getting into some Rocket League action here. It's the Buffalo Chasers. It's the mighty Mikinocks. Let's see which two team comes out on top here in the TCU.
Week number 5, only a few short weeks left to go before those playoffs connect in this 8-week regular season for the teams. For Fort Peck Community College, the Buffalo Chasers, they're going to start with a bit of offense, and that's really beautiful to see. Getting to see this team start their rotations, start to get things going, and then for the mighty Mikinocks, how they play some defense here early, definitely good. But talk about defense, they've already got their first shot.
Yep, and it's going to be Resbear taking that shot just off the corner there of the goal post, not quite connecting it, leaving the goal wide open, and they have a chance to try to even things up here and get another score, or even things up, get on the board first. It's still 2 goose eggs apiece in this first minute here, but either way, seeing a lot of aggression here from Turtle Mountain College here, staying charged, and it's Cody getting that first shot for the mighty Mikinocks here. And a great pass from Bent the Dark here, and just up in the air. There's nobody to stop him. Drop the save. 1-0 Turtle Mountain College.
You've got the starter lead here, and again, this is what they've been kind of doing all season. They've been building up early leads, and how they work off of them is going to be exciting to see today. 4 minutes left to go in game number 1, and Skoda's going to try and take this one to the post, leaving it for Ben the Dark, but it's quickly intercepted by the chaser number 1. For Lytra and the rest of the crew trying to work off the aerial, they didn't have the most boost, but chaser 1 gets a good touch on it that sets up Lytra for a good midfield, although they lose possession for a second.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, just not having enough boost here to try to make a play here on the end, and now all of a sudden Turtle Mountain College back in control, utilizing those boosts like Chakotay just did off the feed from Bear. And I mean, just once again, 2-0 for Turtle Mountain College, just taking advantage of those little miscues from Fort Peck here.
There's a score here coming in as well, that double already up on the board for the mighty Mikinocks, and the accuracy is something to notice as well. 2 goals off of 3 shots, even though it hasn't been the fastest scoring, they're gonna find their third. It's the hat trick from Skoda.
That's right, and again, off the feed from Resbear once again. Skode getting a nice shot there, nice from almost half court there, it looked like. But yeah, just taking advantage of those wide open looks here for Turtle Mountain College. I mean, that's just something you got to clean up there if you're Fort Peck, trying to clean up your defense, because right now, you know, offensively you don't have any shots going on and you don't have any saves. You got your stats are pretty much empty here in terms of getting shots, assists, and saves. So trying to figure out ways you can clean up and get back on offense. We're getting a shot from Skode and Lama. That was absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you saw that. It looked like you did.
I mean, he got bumped by his own teammate, finds a way back, avoids the second bump, and then just steals it in broad daylight. The 4th straight goal here. The Buffalo Chasers trying to find answers, but right now it's this high-flying offense of the mighty Mikinocks, who continue to put pressure on. And it's not only 4 goals. I mean, you mentioned those assists. They've got 3 assists on 4 goals. The teammates have been really helping them out to score as they play on a full possession.
Yeah, absolutely. Just finding ways to get Skode open here and just looking for those opportunities. And that last play, I like to call that last shot the pool cue shot. Getting bumped by a player and then sinking one in here, just like you would in a nice little game of pool, billiards, whatever you want to call it here. But yeah, you mentioned it. The assists there, 2 from Resbear and 1 from Bent the Dark. And I mean, just here's another goal coming up. Oh, I spoke too soon. I was close.
Right on that angular attack there with half the time left to go. And there's already 4 up on the board here, and a nice little demolition from Resbear. Puts him back in the position, and Skoda's got him again! 5 goals on 5 shots!
My goodness, and I mean, that demo, talk about just eliminating a player and resetting it. And Skode, everybody behind him, leaving everybody in the dust. Really nice little short game, nice little short goals, and just getting past defenders. That's what he's best at, and that's also what his teammates are really good at too. Hammer, you might want to get a little action on defense. Kind of looked at on not getting scored on right there.
Someone glued his tires to the field there for a second. Just wanted to get back and active. Under 2 minutes to go. Nice little lead here. The Buffalo Chasers still, again, just trying to find their offense, trying to find these rotaries out. And a lot of credit to Chaser 1, who right now leads their team in scoring and getting some of those opportunities. It's a slow roller over towards that right side post, but it's not going to quite score this time. A demolition on the outside from Resbear. That's just been their job, it feels like, bringing those physical plays.
Yeah, Resbear's just bringing out the aggression for sure. He's got 2 assists there. Yeah, and now a score as well to follow it up here. I mean, just now everyone gets to eat here for Turtle Mountain College, not just Code. But my goodness, and again, just finding that nice little open seam. We got Supersonic getting launched out of there, and again, 6-0 for Turtle Mountain College. I mean, they're just looking great right now.
They've got a phenomenal lead. They've got the scoring to back it up, and again, a win for them here in this week would mean they bump back up to a positive in that overall win-loss. 3-2 would be a really nice setup, especially going to the remaining 3 weeks of that regulation setup. The question still remains, though. This is just game number 1, and we saw in our series earlier in the day that teams can definitely evolve from game to game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys were tuned in into our last streak in the Mid-South Conference, we had Bethel. I mean, yeah, they got swept 3-0, but I mean, the first game, they had absolutely no offense going on, and then all of a sudden they turned it around. So we could see Fort Peck as Schode gets another score here, making it 7-0, as they figure out how to put it back together, just like, and maybe it's going to be a different result here in the TCU here, as Fort Peck still looking for that first win of the season, but right now, not looking the brightest here with a 7-0.
Yeah, great start here from Turtle Mountain College. Again, still a full best-of-5 series out in front of them. And I like what they've been able to do in terms of what Lytra and Chaser get in their midfield. Ishcode is just going to drive it down and score. It's been the Ishcode show. They've had 7 out of the 8 goals and 7 out of the 10 team shots.
I mean, Ishcode just doing an absolute masterful, well-done job of scoring. 7 goals out of 8 shots, just like you said. And I mean, just near, and it was like that first miss, I believe, was like in the very beginning of the game here, just still getting warmed up here, and it looks like Ishcode is still getting warmed up here, even though 7 goals looking really, really good for the mighty Mikinocks, in this game.
Trying to push their way in, trying to find it in these kind of last 10 seconds as things start to devolve in towards that Rule 0, the most fun time of them all. Here with this lead, it should be the ability to close it out. Turtle Mountain College, the mighty Mikinocks have done it, and they have won themselves a game number 1. Ishcode leads the job there, finds themselves a huge, lucky number 7 of goals, but also it was their ability to play a little bit of defense. Buffalo Chasers came out really rapid and quick, and they dealt with that defense, and then from then on, it was their game to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just, again, it was a lot of the Ishcode show here. I mean, 7 goals out of 8 shots. Also throwing a demo here to just add up, boost that aggression here for the Mikinocks as they go in and just dominate the Buffalo Chasers here. And I mean, if you look at the stats here, I mean, it's just goose eggs across the board for everybody for Fort Peck. So obviously, there's definitely got to be a lot of work done here going into this next game. Got to bump up scoring, bump up defense, maybe get some demos here and there. But right now, this is we're learning a lot here from Ishcode. I mean, my goodness, this is just what an absolute dominant performance here. And apologies for Ishcode for mispronouncing his name early on. I got it now, and the way you're scoring here today, I gotta say your name right, my guy.
I mean, they're going to do a lot of scoring if it continues like game 1 did. And overall, I think really exciting. You mentioned for the Buffalo Chasers getting to improve from this second game from some of those zeros. When we've been talking to a lot of these TCU players across all of our different esports, we're getting a lot of answers that there are a lot of young players. This is their kind of first esports competitive experience where maybe they've been playing ranked all on their own, but now they've got a team to call home. So improvement from season to season, as this is just the first of overall seasons going on, will be massive.
Absolutely. And speaking of massive, this is going to be a massive game too for Buffalo Chasers, but that's not how you want to start it, as Bent the Dark just bent the goalpost there with that beautiful pass from Ishcode. And here's a wide open shot, and nobody Nobody trying to defend. Everyone looked like they were trying to defend Ishcode there on that drive, but Dark there, just making it even more dark days for the Buffalo Chasers.
And that was a tough one too, because like your mind has been trained for the entirety of the last 5 minutes. Like, okay, Ishcode is the threat. He's the guy that's going to go up in the air. And then Ben the Dark just finds it. Goes to show you the well-roundedness of this overall team. And that's going to help them when you go into something like playoffs. And when you're facing some of those teams that are 4-0 or 3-1 later on in playoffs, that's where the well-roundedness really comes in.
Wide open look.
You just can't have one player do it, as Resbear finds the mid-range shot.
There you go. And again, now we're seeing everybody eat here for Turtle Mountain College. This way, Resbear just wide open. And I mean, just nice little, had the nice air shot right there. And I mean, just picking apart a defense one at a time. That's just what Turtle Mountain College can do on a good day. And right now, it's looking like a good day for the mighty Mikinocks.
I will say, off of what you mentioned, though, the net was wide open. I think that's actually somewhat of a good scenario, because right now you can see Buffalo is actually trying to push their way out of the net, trying to contest these shots up in the air before they get to the net, and that confidence piece can really start to change everything. For the Buffalo Chasers, they've still got a lot of work to do here in this game and in this series to come back, but it's already starting to look better. Ishcode tries to attack from the sky as they're using a lot of boost on this defense.
Yep, and now trying to slow the pace down, trying to slow down the scoring from Turtle Mountain College. And now here's the everybody scoring here. And this time it's who else? Ishcode getting the 8th goal of the night here in the TCU conference, just dropping the safe on all the Buffalo Chasers here. 3-0, 3:40 left to play. And I mean, you just got to figure out ways. And there's a good little neutral kickoff right there. But oh no.
Oh,
almost did. 3rd time's a charm. Okay, no, wow. There's that's kind of a little unique miscues right there. I mean, 2 wide open looks, and just by the miracle of their teeth, Buffalo Chasers are just giving a sigh of relief that none of those shots went in. And speaking of going shots in, Light Ra 88 getting on the board finally for Fort Peck, all the way down from deep. And now it's going to be it was a self goal. It was an own goal.
It was indeed an own goal, and it was kind of coagulated on that backside rotation. Ishcode was trying to get in front of that one, or I guess behind it. Resbear's going to score as well. So immediately that 2-goal lead gets re-extended back to 3 with Resbear's 2nd goal of the game.
Yeah, felt bad for the own goal. I honestly can't remember if it was Resbear or somebody else getting the own goal there, but they're just like, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and we need to fix that here. Let's get our scoring back up here as Chaser gets the save here for the Buffalo Chasers, that is. And I mean, again, so down 3 with 3 minutes left to play. There's definitely a lot of work that still needs to be done, but obviously, you know, with the own goal going their way of the Buffalo Chasers gives them some sort of momentum, but got to figure out ways to stop getting off defense and bring up that pressure, transition all that defense into offense, and looking for ways to finally get more on the board. As the Turtle Mountain College looking to increase their lead and just adding the blood pressure up a little bit for my end.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need some medicine after this one, that's for sure. So many close shots, a couple of crossbars as well. Ishcode, though, doesn't miss the short-range shot. That'll go down as their 2nd, the team's 5th, and off of the 10th shot of the game.
Absolutely, and just from the wall, too. That's just one of those angles that's kind of, I mean, personally for me, if I'm playing Rocket League, that's one of those shots that are a little bit difficult for me to personally to get up there. So props to Ishcode, scoring from up, down, left, right on the court, just making it happen everywhere.
Incredible shot there as
well.
What
did I say?
Mention his name, right back to it off this backboard. Great prediction here on the low ground touch from Ben. Gets the scoop, and Ishcode will get the score. 6-1 here. Great mid-range play right now. As Ishcode, the team hat trick was enough. They've got a hat trick for themselves.
Absolutely. And I mean, just a nice little pass from Ben the Dark, and then also a little bit of a ricochet off the defender here as well, as Resbear tries to get the clear and try to get gets the open shot here, does not go in. And now once again, we're looking at a 5-goal lead here for the mighty Mikinocks as they look to increase their lead and just making it look easy. Just figuring out ways and just reading the entire field, utilizing each boost to their advantage, and just finding those openings, just like Ish Code once again. Just like Joe Henry, you say his name and he appears, and my goodness, just absolutely just dominating here. Once again, 7 scores, and that is 4 goals now for Ish Code out of 6 shots. And I mean, still looking for Buffalo Chasers, still looking for their first shot, not counting the own goal here.
They want to try and find their offense to boot out, and I like that they actually trust each other a lot. There in that last goal, you can tell they wanted their first man to get that touch, but because they didn't, those other 2 were just out of position. So that is a communal trust that sometimes has to get broken if you want to make those backline saves. And, you know, a 6-goal lead definitely going to be pretty tough to break at this point for the Buffalo Chasers, though. They've still got another game in front of them. A lot to learn, and Ish Code will go a little bit too far right to score.
Yeah, just, well, not quite the right angle here to get the score, but Bend the Dark is going to bend the rules a little bit here and just increase that lead here. Maybe not bend the rules quite a lot, just bending the scoreboard more towards the Turtle Mountain College here. And just once again, it's just taking advantage of those like openings that the defense is just giving them right here. Just a lot of holes to feed through. And I mean, here comes the aggression already from the Buffalo Chasers, but it's already going back to another score from Ish Code, excuse me. There it is. Just let it happen. That's all you got to do. Just let the ball roll in. Trying to pass it to himself. Cash. Literal cash falling from the sky.
Gotta keep it under the neighborhood driving speed limit, okay? Nice and slow. Don't want to wake any of the kids this late at night. And a good goal nonetheless. I mean, talk about a little bit of control on that offensive side. I also like how they've been able to slow down that game. For Fort Peck trying to just get this one stopped. It's Ish Code again down there on the low ground, finding the 10th.
All right, 6 goals out of 8 shots for Ish Code. And the other guys, Resbear and Bet the Dark, they have 2 goals of their own. So still everyone's eating here. But again, we got, if my math is mathing up right, we have 15 goals or 15 shots, excuse me, for Turtle Mountain College. Nothing for Fort Peck. Caster's Curse, my guy. Look at that. Chaser getting the shot here, not letting me finish my thought. Nice little flip. Getting the top crossbar here. 10-2, but it's still, unless they can pull off 8 goals in 29 seconds, I'm thinking Turtle Mountain College is going to increase their game lead here.
Yeah, I mean, this game is over, but that's an incredible moment here for the Buffalo Chasers with Chaser number 1 who finds themselves in goal scoring position. Ish Code finds themselves in the same position they found themselves all day and finds their 7th. But man, talk about just a score of offense on that other side. The Buffalo Chasers also starting to build up some of those saves. So as we said, the confidence is clearly building for them here in this series, even if the scoreline says otherwise.
Yeah, if they keep playing like this, they can pretty much beat anybody they want. And as Resberry gets a nice, unbelievable save here, not letting off, and really just taking this trap game mentality to heart here, and making sure they do not drop any type of goal as they try to get the last goal here at the very end, like a little walk-off buzzer beater here. Ace goes to Ish Code once again, and I mean, just let's talk about it. 11-2, 7 goals for Ish Code out of 10 shots. And I mean, once again, so that's 17 total out of 2 shots here from the Buffalo Chasers. So we got to figure out a way, if you're Fort Peck, you got to figure out a way to just bring up that offensive aggression and put the pressure on Turtle Mountain College to try to play a lot more defense than they did. Because I mean, they only had 1 save that entire game out of the 2 goals that they gave up. I mean, it's just because they know how to get on offense and just read defenses, and it's just that's as simple as it gets right there. Just reading the defense.
getting back to their fundamentals, finding good ways to score as well. And I think for the bright sides and the silver linings over for the Buffalo Chasers, Chaser 1 has looked really, really good throughout this series. Hasn't got all of the moments to shine over there on the offensive side of the court, but that double touch goal is probably the shining star of the entire series so far. Now, to get set up into that position, like we said, you need a little bit more of those mid-range contests. You've got to find a way to complete the impossible task, which is to shut down Ishcode, who continues to have just infinite goal scoring every single game. But game 3 is the time to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is do or die right here. You got to figure out a way to try to knock off a game against the mighty Mikinocks right here. So trying to figure out what they can do to just bring it back in and try to figure out ways to get that offensive scoring going right now, because once again, just outside of Chaser being the bright spot here in terms of offense, we're starting the game once again here on the defensive side, on the orange side, which is not the side you want to be if you're Fort Peck, as once again, who else? Ishcode just grabbing the steal and then just doing it himself, just taking advantage of that open goal. I mean, this is not the start you want if you're Fort Peck.
Definitely not. I mean, it's a good score, but even better than that, it's recognition, like you said, of that defensive structure. You get 2 players that go for that corner boost, and you've just got a wide open net because no one's there to guard it. For Resbear, who scored a lot of goals last time, it's an assist setup. Ishcode won't score, and all 3 players committing very far forward here. However, it's not enough to find a goal the other way. Ishcode is back for the defense and has got the boost as well. Lytra sets up towards mid. The floater is there, but Chaser can't find the goal, and it's a big bang from Ishcode that finds the goal.
All right, let's take a look at that. Just figure out a way to just get ball control. Resbear knows where his man is, and his man is Ishcode, who's automatic from pretty much anywhere now on the court. It is now official here, not scoring all the way from his own side of the field here, and it's 2-0. This is once again the pace that we've seen Turtle Mountain College here just do exactly what they do, and it's just dominate this entire game here. And look at Resbear, just off that feed, off of the pass from Ishcode from the wall. And then just nobody's on Resbear. So Fort Collins, they need to figure out ways to get some demos and take away some of the offensive scoring that TMC is just bringing.
Got to find answers to it, and that's so tough when these goals are coming so quick. For Ishcode, almost another lob score highlight play. Instead, it stays in that offensive zone as Resbear just touch after touch. Bent the Dark gets it in scoring position for Ishcode. Their 3rd goal of this game. It's the hat trick as the mighty Mikinocks find themselves up 4-0.
Man, I thought we just started this game, but now I'm looking at the scoreboard. It's 4-0, and already over a minute has gone by, and Ishcode has 3 goals. That is how fast the Turtle Mountain College, despite being Turtle Mountain College, they are scoring like hares and just scoring like cheetahs. And I mean, just the speed that they're bringing to the table is just immaculate.
Their passing game is pretty lovely too, and you know, to be able to improve on this game and improve on this series, Ishcode is going to score another one. The mid-range shot does find the back of the net, but also we've got to remember, this isn't just about this series for them. It's about improving every aspect of their game and making sure that they can take their possible record into the playoffs.
Absolutely, and you kind of saw a little bit of a schematic right there with Ishcode playing behind Resbear as he gets another quick, easy score. It's 6-0, by the way, with 3 minutes. That's over 3 minutes. That's some quick scoring right there. But yeah, just talking about like schemes and knowing where your man is, and he tries to miss, tries to score, doesn't quite get it. You're there to pick your man back up, and just great teamwork, great team chemistry right there. That's just what Turtle Mountain College is all about.
Big stuff here. They've already got the 6-goal lead. Ishcode's got the fadeaway and will score another one as well. You said it, from anywhere, from everywhere. Finds an assist from Bent the Dark and buries it.
All right, taking it to the skies this time. That's Steph Curry range right there on the court. And now 7-0, and we haven't even hit the 3-minute mark yet still for Turtle Mountain College. My goodness, you guys got to slow down that scoring. I got to get a point across, my guy. Calm down. My goodness, off the kickoff, Resbear, Lytra just can't make the save right there, and Supersonic takes over. My goodness, just what can't they do? What can't they do?
Feels like nothing is the answer. Again, they've had some really strugglesome series earlier on in this semester, but have found ways to bounce back. And Ishko just decides to drive straight, wins the 1v1 battle on the low ground, and finds the 9th. Again, trying to improve on everything, though. You do see a little bit of team bump there in the back end. You want to try and fix up all those small little issues, because those could be issues that ruin a goal going into playoffs.
Absolutely. You don't want to get that, especially like you mentioned in the playoffs. That's going to be where your game absolutely needs to be perfect, and your team chemistry, just like Ishcode right here, just absolute money. That's what we want right there. And right off the wall, Ishcode just flying all over the place. That's kind of his little scoring MO right there. Just get himself cleared open right there and just get it off the wall, go from wall to goal. Just a nice little diagram right there. Just a nice little geometry scoring mode from Ishcode here.
And I don't really envy anybody on that orange side, because Ishcode is so good about with those fakes. Drives in for another score. Bent off a really good assist here, but it's a post shot that dinks off that Ishcode is always there to finish off.
Absolutely. Just, we've seen him scored from literally everywhere. And I mean, finally we got a save here from Chaser. And I mean, once again, we're not seeing a lot of action here from the Buffalo Chasers, as once again we see Chaser 1 here get on the board here. About time that we get some offense going for Fort Peck here. Nice little simple goal, but being 10 down, still got a lot of work to do. There is still time. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. That's half the game. So kind of the nice part about getting scored on a lot is you're slowing the game down, leaving a lot of time on the clock.
A lot more chances to score downfield. A lot of time to practice your kickoffs, too, which have been getting relatively better from Chaser and the rest of the crew of Fort Peck. With the time to delay down, though, from Ishcode, they have relatively run out of boost. Finds that side pad and will go right back to work, but denied from Chaser on that early attempt in. Again, it's those confidence on the challenges, and Chaser 1 showing why they have been the leading scorer for this team in terms of scoring Rocket League points, not necessarily goals, but throughout the entire series.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't rack up points just by scoring. You rack up with assists, you rack up on your defense. There's just a million or a lot of different ways where you can rack up your score here, and we're seeing and that just comes from your teamwork. Your players just your teammates just make you better and help improve that score for you. So this is just great teamwork that we're seeing from Turtle Mountain College, and just the way they scheme and the way they play, and just the entire team chemistry all in general, from scoring to defense to passing to Ishcode scoring again. Oh my goodness, that was maybe a little curse on my end. My apologies, but either way, still absolute great teamwork.
Very powerful power we wield up here. We also have the ability to caster blessing, though, so don't forget that each team does get 1 caster blessing at their request per game, so make sure to use that one wisely. 50 seconds left to go here. This offensive zone for Chaser 1 just causing some bumps. I like the physicality going here into the late portion of this game 3.
Absolutely, and it looks like, you know, unless we see 40 seconds worth of 10 goals from the Buffalo Chasers, that almost made it 11, but great save there. It looks like Turtle Mountain College once again just runs away with the sweep and just makes a name for themselves here in the TTU as they keep going here. And Ishcode once again, my goodness, 12-1. I mean, it's like just the scoring just keeps getting higher and higher as he progresses. It's almost like he just gets better each game.
They are upgrading from game to game, finding ways to find more goals. And with just 20 seconds left, Ishko, that's not going to stop them from scoring again. Another goal in the bank. It is 11 goals, double digits from Ishko off of 13 shots.
Yeah, my goodness, 13, 11. And I mean, just what else can you say about this guy except he had 0 saves, mainly just because didn't have to save a lot. He's not been having to utilize the defense much because he's just been busy on offense all day. 1591 for an overall score here for Ishko. Just an absolute dominant performance here. But also overall with the entire team as well, just putting on a clinic for Turtle Mountain College as this game just wraps up. Mighty Mikinocks, once again, add on to their team. Look at that. He's called a force of nature. A force of nature. It's been a while since I last seen a force of nature in Rocket League. Ishko definitely just living up to that name right there.
Yeah, I mean, found the scores in almost every single game, brought them along the line, and found the way to bring the team to now a 3-2 overall record, which is going to put them right in the middle of that pack going here into the late playoff selection. And we talk about improving every single spot, every single win, every single goal really helps out. I think this series is going to be not only a statement to improve their overall seeding, but King, this is going to be a statement to all these other schools that say, how can you match what we did tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. You got the Bravehearts, you got Ravens Rocket League. If you guys are looking at what the Mikinocks just put on here, I mean, you gotta put them on your radar here, just because, especially the way that Ishko, Bent the Dark, just how they've been gelling as a whole unit in general. Resbear too, just the team chemistry we're seeing is just impeccable, and it really just comes from finding their top scorer Ishko and just making sure that all they do is just increase their lead. And, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It looked like each game, Ishko just kept upgrading from the last game, just improving on his scoring, improving on just finding ways to get open and just taking advantage of whatever the defense gives him. And just, you know, you keep doing that, you're looking at pretty much, you could be looking at the possible top team in the entire TCU.
All it takes is a little bit more improvement, and obviously for Fort Peck, I think they showed rapid improvement from them. Chaser 1 was getting goals, was finding opportunities all throughout down the line, and I know we've talked to a couple of their different players that they've got a lot of young squads across all their esports programs, so I'm excited to see how it builds off one another after they get kind of a full off season and a chance to really grind rank to get better and better, and I don't think this is the last we're going to be hearing of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you mentioned Chaser once again. He was the little light in the darkness right there for Fort Peck. And I mean, you know, he's got some great skills here. And again, this is just going to be a good opportunity. This is one of those games you can look back and just be like, okay, this is what this is what our defense did wrong, and how can we build that up, and how can we build that chemistry bigger and better. So whenever next season rolls around, we're ready for anything that comes our way, and we can make that stand, and we can be a force to be reckoned with one day. Just right now, what happened was you ran into Ishko, you ran into the Mighty Mikinocks, and you got, you know, a lot of scores dropped on you. I lost count on how many scores that TMC just dropped.
It's a good series for them, and it's going to be exciting because we've got an interview with them to hear what their thoughts were throughout the series. Before we get that interview, though, we are going to head to just a short little break, so don't go too far. We've got an interview right on the other side of this break.
I do need you. Ooh, I love you. I do need you.
I'm stuck inside of these walls with you. I don't recognize who I've turned into. I'm losing hope in getting myself back. Everything around me is starting to turn black. Don't tell me you're hurt again. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how it's all my fault. Yeah, I've met my match again, starting from scratch again. Where is the pleasure in all this pain? Don't you lie to me. Say it's all okay when it feels like I'm drowning. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to go. All I need is someone else. I've never felt more divided than now. Every word that leaves your lips never means how it sounds. You've conquered the best of me, could have just set me free. Games that you play are just second hand. Now I'm beside myself, no one your fucking hell. Let me just go, let me just go. And don't you lie to me. Say it's all okay when it feels like I'm drowning. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to go. All I need.
Welcome back, everybody, to EGF's live coverage of Collegiate Rocket League here for the TCU Esports Conference. And you know what? Turtle Mountain College got the job done stylishly. In 3, they pick up a sweep and improve to 3-2. But we are joined here with the victorious Ishkode, who finds themselves as just the dominant scorer. Ishkode, how you feeling after the series and after all those goals?
Oh, great. With the team, we improved a lot. Like this game, I had so much more trust in my teammates. I could rotate and not have to worry about like breaking rotation to catch up for them. But I feel great.
Awesome, King.
Awesome. And I mean, yeah, just kind of following up with that, just kind of talk about how you gel with your teammates. It looks like they were just figuring out multiple ways to just get you open and figure out ways to get goals. So kind of just like, kind of walk us through how you guys run through practice and just figure out ways to build that team chemistry.
Oh, well, practice is spotty, but for the most part, we're doing good for the amount of practice we're getting. I'm really, really like proud of the way we played today, actually, with how much we've played together.
Awesome. And now getting this one here kind of sets you up at 3-2. And I mean, this was an absolute statement win. And I mean, I've already lost track of how many goals you scored, but I mean, just kind of like, what should other teams look out for you guys in terms of trying to, get back into more playoff action when it rolls around into the quarter? Obviously, don't give away too much of your game strategies and stuff like that. Try to be, under the radar. But like, what should teams expect from y'all?
Tobacco question. Can't tell you. Secret. I'm just kidding.
Hey. There you go. Hey,
Yeah, secrets. I gotta keep our advantage, No secrets.
There you go. There you go. Keep it on the down low. Keep it on the down low. Always the deadliest weapon here in Rocket League is unpredictability, and it looks like that's what you guys are going to bring to the table here. So that's all I got. Llama, what do you got for this guy?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about like the real life mix, obviously, with college and esports. You mentioned to me before we joined here into the interview booth that it's your last semester. I mean, do you have any plans after? You going to go pro in Rocket League after all those goals?
So with college right now, I'm taking my health and fitness tech. It's applied science. That's like a personal trainer with some extra certificates and stuff on nutrition and, you know, specifics in elders or youth. But I was thinking maybe PT after. I've been taking side courses on the side for pre-PT. And I don't know, I sort of just recently started playing Rocket League within the last year. It's pretty fun thing on the side whenever I'm not doing much. This semester I've been kind of focused on homework. That's why we've been kind of spotty with the practice. A couple of my teammates, they've been focusing on their homework. So I was, as a team captain, I wasn't worried at all. I was like worried about school. I'm not worried about this. Hey, I want to be competitive, but priority is school.
Yeah, the student and the student athlete always comes first. I mean, how has that balance been going? I mean, what does your usual workload look like for your homework versus your esports practice?
I'm taking a anatomy physiology 2 right now. That course is getting a lot of my I gotta read a lot of the chapters to catch up on that, but that's like a side class that I decided to take. The main course is pretty chill. It's something I'm familiar with, but 2 semesters worth or 2 years worth. Just familiar with it, how it goes.
That's awesome. And short question, what are you guys expecting from the playoff run that's just around the corner?
I'll shout out Sped Mist, that guy with that guy, he laid it down on us. I was hoping to get a rematch against those guys. That's gonna be a tough game, but I'd be excited to compete with him this time. Last time it was that was a bad one.
Well, a lot to look forward to, and revenge may be on the palette. But for you, I've got to give you a question. If you got a chance to shout out anybody, your friends, your family, even pets we were talking about before we jumped live, if you could shout out anybody, who would you shout out here? The floor is yours.
That might be an easy one for me. I've been playing Rocket League with my girlfriend recently, so I got her into it. She was bronze when she first started out. Now she's hitting gold 1 and 2s. And she just did that yesterday. She took a picture and sent it to me. But I play with her off and on, and that's my main duo. So shout out my girlfriend, Cadence Kelly.
There's the secret that we were looking for to your skills right there. My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yep, that is all of it. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to interview after the series today.
Okay, thank you. Miigwech.
Well, that was Ishko Day from the victorious crew of Turtle Mountain College. And I mean, holding some secrets in there for their late playoff run, but they've definitely got a lot of scoring potential for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, like just what you said, and the definition of scoring was that last game was Ishko Day. I mean, 10, 11, and 12 just kept leveling up his game once again. So other teams, look out for Ishko Day. Look out for the mighty Mikinocks here as playoffs roll around here. And I mean, this is gonna be somebody you want to look out for. And I mean, once again, if they score like they did just now, this could be the winner of the TCU right here. So don't count them out.
Absolutely could. I mean, this is a team that has found so much scoring. I think for the Buffalo Chasers, like we said, they've got a lot of young players versus apparently experienced players in their final semester of college. So lots of different views from around the league. And sadly, that is our last matchup of the night. But tomorrow, we have got so much going on. It's pretty crazy. We were planning for some Call of Duty, but unfortunately, some of our other leagues were running over those time slots because we've got playoffs tomorrow. We have already got some of those Mid-South and Sun Conference looks. Based on the Sun Conference, we'll look at the Overwatch. We'll look at the Rocket League. We've even got Valorant for the Mid-South, and the Sun Conference has got some Overwatch on Saturday as well. So, King, there is so much action. What should the people do?
The people do. So there's this little button here on Twitch, and if you see this thing called EGF, do us a favor, click that, and we just did you a solid favor. We just gave you high-level playoff action, and like you said, Overwatch, Rocket League. If you go on Monday and Tuesday, we got Super Smash Bros. I mean, we got pretty much the whole kit and caboodle in terms of all high-level esports right here. And these players here that you see, like we seen them in the TCU, we just talked to one in Ishko Day, just an absolute scoring machine. We're going to see a lot more of that and beyond in the EGS. So if you're not following us, you better follow us. Click that follow button. Click that subscribe button. Watch us on Twitch and just follow us. We have social media handles too. Also our other casters and our other esport athletes, our producers. Our producer Nick is just making us look phenomenal today. We don't look this good without Nick right here. So definitely just give us a follow. If you like esports, if you like Rocket League, if you like Overwatch, Call of Duty, all that stuff, Valorant, give us a follow.
Yeah, give us an old follow. And you know, you did mention Nick as well. It's good to point him out. We would not be up here without the amazing production he provides. We'd be stuck in a black hole. He literally pulled us out of it, and then all those cameras in Rocket League, he hand flew them himself. He skydove into the Rocket League arena just to give you guys those shots at home. So huge shout out to Nick, working double duty day today in the back end, and an overall fun day for the TCU Esports Conference and our Mid-South action. That will wrap us up though for all of our best of fives, and with the final results of the day, we thank you guys so much for watching. For myself, Llama77 and King of Hills, Nick NCS in the back, you guys have an amazing night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Running round like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, liar.